Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Emmanuel Aigbogun say Okpebholo deserve some respect from social media people wey dey insult am for social media. He say buildings wey Obaseki no quick and complete wey go the commission, na dem want make Okpebholo go dey use. Make I leave you make you hear from Emmanuel Aigbogun.
Obaseki built this edifice in less than 4 months or to 5 months when he was leaving office. Particularly this particular edifice. And this edifice that Obaseki built, please, if you're trying to call me while I'm on a live broadcast, it won't work. Obaseki built this edifice to accommodate the educational interests of Edo people, particularly the manpower strength of administrating the educational sector of Edo State. If you look very closely, the governor has told them to resume work. You can see workers are still working. This is nearly 6 o'clock in the evening. They are still trying to meet up maybe their daily tasks for the work given to them by the contracting firm. You can see them. You can see block work still ongoing. I came here late, but you can see that work is still ongoing. This is a project that was commissioned by Obaseki here in Benin, you know. So if you look very carefully, this is still the Ministry of Education block. If you look very well, you can see this is still a scaffold. They are still working on the leaking roofs because Obaseki hurried the contractor to immediately open this place for his own selfish gains. Now, this is the current state of this environment. You can look. This is where they say that it's open. Obaseki built that place for the good of. Is this place finished? Is it completed? Is work not ongoing? Now, why did I bring you guys here? I brought you guys here to see it firsthand so that I will not be saying what I don't know or what you are not seeing. Under Obaseki-led administration, Oshomole commissioned the New Era. It is called New Era Primary and Secondary School. Obaseki neglected that building for 4 years. In fact, the majority of the facilities put in there by Oshomole administration was vandalized. A lot of these persons criticizing the governor, always have their way because they have not had people who has the capacity to engage the system of criticism. Do not forget, I criticized Obaseki for good 8 years. There was no time I took out my time to insult Obaseki for any reason. Yes. A warm good evening to you all, my conscious Edo people. I remain no other person than your snubber right activist, Comrade Aigbogun Emmanuel. As you all know, Edo is our thing and Edo is our project. We have, in our own little way and very many other ways, supported the socio-economic and justice processes of our state by way of advocating for the oppressed, the downtrodden, and the obvious poor in our society. Now, you agree with me that since November 12, 2024, we have had a new administration here in Edo State. And owing to the fact that this new administration is saddled with responsibility to pilot the affairs of the state, I have since, as a person, decided not to come out too obvious to support the government, owing to few reasons. It is owing to the fact that under 1 year, there's no way you can get the best out of any government, except the government is trying to play to the gallery, to hoodwink the masses, to believing that their activities is in the best interest of the masses. This current government inherited a dilapidated Edo State. When I mean a dilapidated Edo State, an Edo State that projects were done, and those projects that were done were not meeting the required need demands, whether it comes to infrastructure, whether it comes to education, whether it comes to, name it, security, name the basic antecedent of the government. Now, this very afternoon, I just want to show some Edo people, because I will be taking it. The governor is turning 1 year in office, and haven't turned 1 year in office. What that implies is that he has taken time to set up his cabinet, One, he's not the one collecting brief from everybody. People have to report to them. People collecting brief on his behalf from all the MDAs and parastatals of government, all of the agencies of government. People would have to collect one form of brief or the other on his behalf, so that the primary purpose of government, which is protecting life and property and advancing the living standard of the people, becomes the primary goal. Now, the governor, in a couple of weeks ago, has set up his ministries and the commissioners that will man those ministries. In most of the agencies, he has already gotten MDs and directors. So it is assumed that in the last 1 month and the government has been up and running. Now, the question to ask is, why would a lot of people be criticizing the government where the need does not arise? A lot of people criticizing the government, they are not my brother or my sister, but to an extent I would say they are my friends, and they are also Edo sons and daughters, particularly those of them who left the shores of Edo State and have sucked or seeked solace or dwelling place in the foreign land. Whereas some of these people promised us that before Obaseki will leave government, Edo State will look like a mini Dubai. Edo State will look like a Singapore. Edo State will be one place that everybody would love to come to in Nigeria. Now, I would want to start on this particular state, talking about the Edo Educational Hub. I am currently at the premises of Edo Educational Hub while I'm doing this live video with you guys. I want you guys to see for yourself. This is the edifice built by Obaseki. You can see the edifice here, built by Obaseki. Obaseki built this. Obaseki built this edifice in less than 4 months or to 5 months when he was leaving office. Particularly this particular edifice. And this edifice that Obaseki built, please, if you're trying to call me while I'm on a live broadcast, it won't work. Obaseki built this edifice to accommodate the educational interests of Edo people, particularly the manpower strength of administrating the educational sector of Edo State. This is the edifice Obaseki built. If you look at it, this is where those of them who are saying that the governor is underperforming, this is where they built for the governor, for the government of Okpebholo to inherit and commission, or rather, and make operational. If you observe, it is still under construction. I'm going to take you guys closely. If you are seeing this building here, this is where the proposed library block they are talking about. Yeah, so this is one of the edifices built by Obaseki that is yet to be complete. People were saying Obaseki must open, Okpebholo must open, Okpebholo must open. Now, on this particular spot, you have seen that the contractor just came to clear after the football field. There's ought to be a primary school here on this particular place. Work will commence. And why I brought you guys here today, for you guys to see, is for you guys to know the extent at which they never completed this place, but they were in a hurry to complete it just to cover their dirty dealings in government. You can see it was recently cleared for construction work to commence. You can see it is still very, very open. Nothing is being done here. No foundation, no excavation for DPC or whatever as to foundation too. Now there's supposed to be a secondary school up at this end that you see this heap. This is the secondary school that SOBEB, Universal Basic Education for primary education and secondary education, we use to as a case study for how every model of Edo secondary school should look like according to Obaseki. Look at the state in which he left this particular place. Not even a single foundation was dug here. Now, agreed, office blocks were done. I think I came here later. I've been showing you how some of the offices look like. No furniture for them to occupy this edifice, apart from a few offices where the contractor decided to voluntarily give furniture to government. I will show you. Just hold on. So you can see the edifice. You can see it. You can see this is the football pitch. This is where the primary school is supposed to be. This is the football pitch. If you go forward a little bit, this is supposed to be the university board. If you go forward a little bit, I think it is Suburb and the Ministry of Education that is here. If you look very closely, you will see it very, very visible. You see it. This is Suburb. Are you seeing it? Sorry, this is Suburb, Edo Suburb. Are you getting me? This is the canteen. This is where workers are supposed to eat. You can see the way the environment looks like. It is not even open for use. You can see what is in front of a canteen. Look at the heap of sand. It is just now they are coming to spread, what is it called? Mixed material to flood the ground here. You can see the football pitch is yet to be under utilization. Now this is where you call the Edo Library and Multipurpose Hall that was proposed by Obaseki. You can still see it if you look up carefully. Since the governor brought the contractor here, I think the governor has told them to resume work. You know? Sorry. If you look very closely, the governor has told them to resume work. You can see workers are still working. This is nearly 6 o'clock in the evening. They are still trying to meet up maybe their daily tasks for the work given to them by the contracting firm. You can see them. You can see block work still ongoing. I came here late, but you can see that work is still ongoing. This is a project that was commissioned by Obaseki here in Benin. You know? So if you look very carefully, this is still the Ministry of Education block. If you look very well, you can see this is still a scaffold. They are still working on the leaking roofs because Obaseki hurried the contractor to immediately open this place for his own selfish gains. Now, this is the current state of this environment. You can look. This is where they say that it's open. Obaseki built that place for the good of. Is this place finished? Is it completed? Is work not ongoing? Now, why did I bring you guys here? I brought you guys here to see it firsthand so that I will not be saying what I don't know or what you are not seeing. Under Obaseki-led administration, Oshomole commissioned the New Era. It is called New Era Primary and Secondary School. Obaseki neglected that building for 4 years. In fact, the majority of the facilities put in there by Oshomole administration was vandalized. But majority of the procured equipments for modern school were all vandalized. Obaseki refused to open it for 4 years. I have not seen any of these people. I went there severally to do videos. Some of these videos I'll put open for the public to watch in coming days. I have not seen any of these people while Obaseki was in government, as at then when we were criticizing the government, to open it. I haven't stayed in office for 2 years. I have never seen any of them come out to show Edo people the video. I've never seen anyone come out to tell Obaseki open that place for the poor masses to learn. Obaseki did over 6 years in office. It was at the instance of our criticism that made him open it 2 years for him to leave office. However, that is not the discussion for today. I want you all to see that this place they are talking about, we are driving towards the gate, you can even see the gate of the so-called Edo Educational Hub, where he proposed swimming pool, proposed basketball court, proposed football court, proposed primary health care, proposed all the proposable things he felt he could propose for Edo people. I want you all to take a sample of how the gate of Edo Educational Hub looks like under Obaseki. This was what Obaseki brought Obasanjo, Jonathan, Niniwe, and the United Nations to come and commission for Edo people. Look at the entrance gate. You can see the gate that is still here. It is just now that Okpebholo has mobilized them to come back to site that you are seeing this gate that they want to put here. It is very obvious to the blind. I want you all to see, so that when some of these people criticize the government, you will know that this man has to take his time to understand what he's going into and go into it very well. Now, there are a lot of things I'm supposed to say on this video that I'm exposed to because I have those informations at my disposal. There is virtually no document in the Ministry of Education to show how much government has spent here. If I'm telling lies, I challenge those persons who are saying Obaseki built here to come up with proof. Their governor is always, Obaseki ran the laptop government, so it's very easy for him to check on his archives and forward the bill of quantity of this contract to any of them to engage me with constructively. Because it has been obvious that over a period of time, a lot of these persons criticizing the governor, always have their way because they have not had people who has the capacity to engage the system of criticism. Do not forget, I criticized Obaseki for good 8 years. There was no time I took out my time to insult Obaseki for any reason. I never insulted Obaseki. I never cast aspersion on him. I was only criticizing his policies of government. I challenge any right-thinking human being in Edo who knew how I criticized Obaseki in this space. I challenge you to come out with proof where I insulted the governor. You can never find it. That is why the governor found it very difficult for them to arrest me or for them to intimidate me. I was criticizing them with facts and figures. More of the times they were going to redo some of their actions and get it done better. That was what criticism was all about. If in those states we are talking about the issue of street lights, I knew how I took it up on the governor. The videos are there on the blue space for everybody to see. Before the government came out with these street lights that you can no longer see working again, I haven't told them at that time that there was no need for them to condemn what Oshomole did on ground because those were better equipment. All they needed to do was for them to extend the reach out of those their lights and probably change the lamp holders because they were old. But they said no. They came out with a fresh contract of wanting to do over 200 kilometers of road in Benin City with street lights. I challenge anybody, particularly those of them who are criticizing Okpebholo, to show me where there are 200 kilometers of street lights are currently working in Benin City. The answer is nowhere. The answer is obviously nowhere. Now, to cut the long story short, this is the Edo Educational Hub, where Obaseki spent state monies talking about the issue of Edo Best, talking about the issue of educational reforms and all that. You all know the state in which Ambrose Ali University was, if not until recently that the governor decided to take the bull by the horn to appoint credible hands to manage the affairs of the university, and we are seeing a reduction in school fees. This was against what Edo people were agitating for, that the school fees was on a hike. We know how the Osakways and all that went into that place, and they were even accused of perverting monies and doing all sort of things that were illegal to the mandate given to them by the previous governor to see how they could manage that place better. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh this, oh that, oh this. There used to be a library here. Obaseki took that library into the opposite school here. I think it should be Queen Ede or so. Sorry, not Queen Ede, Motown High School or thereabout. Obaseki took that library into the school. I want you guys to see how operational that library is. Not to talk about the library Obaseki said he built in Edo Mall Center, where they say there was an e-library. I want you guys to see what was the state of that e-library under Obaseki. How long did it function under Obaseki? What Obaseki did was that he set up everybody in his government to run on consultancy, and these consultants were all his boys, so that upon them, the government of the day retaining them in their services, they will be remitting some percentage of their income from the state government to Governor Obaseki and his interest. But the truth be said, this is one of the legacy projects of Obaseki, Edo Educational Hub. I want you all to see the state in which this project is, and the one they say they completed and commissioned under Obaseki. The contractor is being made to do some repairs on the roof, owing to the fact that the government of that time, which was Obaseki, rushed him to speedily do some work, and the roofs here are hidden roof. We all know what it takes to run a hidden roof in Nigeria when it's not properly done well. You know what happens to the building itself. There will be roof leakages, and we know all that. So to cut the long story short, this is the project that they are talking about. This is the project that they are talking about, that they said the Obaseki Commission. You can see the contractor just newly put this board. They are trying to work. You can see scaffold everywhere. They are trying to set these buildings up and open for businesses of running government and the educational sector of Edo State. Now, I believe if Obaseki had even paid 100% for these buildings before he left office, there was no need for the contractor to stop work. There was just no need for the contractor to stop work, and you commissioned the project that you did not complete. All of them have been talking here and there that Okpebholo should go and open, Okpebholo should go and open. If Obaseki truly completed this project, what are the contractors, the same contractor, they were not changed. What are they doing here differently that they could not have done while Obaseki paid them in full? Those are the very sensitive questions that you must ask. Those are the very sensitive questions that you must ask. Now, what is paining me that is making me raise all these issues? Because I know Obaseki will be going to more towns. They are taking him to more towns. Can't you guys, as people living abroad, ask Obaseki, why did you commission this project when it was not completed? And why does the contractor have to wait? Even if you say you paid the contractor in full, why did the contractor have to wait for state government to come for them to complete the other project? As I'm talking to you, a full block of about 3-story buildings, a full block of about 4-story buildings is yet to be constructed, which is housing a secondary school and a primary school. I'm going to be showing Edo guys in a couple of weeks my input to make sure that this project come back to life. It's not everything that we come out to say in the open, but because of I see that these guys are hell-bent on demarketing the government to make it look as if the government is not having Edo people at heart. I must sincerely say this. Under Senator Monday Okpebholo, I'm not an appointee of the government. I'm not even benefiting from the government. But what my eye sees, it goes beyond me talking about my personal benefit. This is for the generality of Edo people. I lived in the government for 8 years, which many of them can attest to that fact. I did not benefit 1 naira from the government. And I still stood firm. I was approached severally. And I said, no, my conscience judges. That's when I see people talk about conscience, I laugh. Because most of them don't know what it takes. Just in 1 year in opposition, tell me how many of Obaseki followers are left with him. Show me them. And I will tell you why they are still maybe with Obaseki, probably because they are benefiting some small stipends that they think will take them to heavens. Now, the truth they say is bitter. And I'm going to repeat it again, particularly to our those in diaspora who is the last hope of the common man in this country to ensure that the better governance is administrated upon our soil. I put it to them to ask Obaseki in any of the next upcoming town hall meetings that I'm going to observe. I put it to them to ask Obaseki, that town hall meeting should be on a live streaming, to ask Obaseki, why didn't he complete this edifice? Why was this edifice not completed before he commissioned it? What was the hurry for? What was the hurry? Before Obaseki became commissioner, this was the office of the Ministry of Education. A part of it was burnt. Yes, he came in with a good idea to revamp it. But since you know that it was still under construction.
Now we don't hear from Imalo Agbogun. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things wey dey happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share them. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.